Welcome everyone to Do More, Be More, and today's video is going to be about a topic that a lot of people may not really know to talk about, and that is picking the right diet. I don't know what diet you're on right now, but how do you like it? Do you know if it's the right one for you? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about, so stick around because that is coming up right now. Welcome everyone to Do More, Be More. So it is breakfast time for me. I'm on my day off, so I get to slouch, I get to eat whatever I want because I have a little more time. All in all, in your diet, there should be about maybe 4 points that you want to consider, and that would help you decide whether or not this is the one for you. 1, is it expensive? 2, is it hard to maintain? 3, is it too much work to just overall prepare it? And 4, do you like what you're eating? Do you enjoy them? So once you have a satisfactory answer for all of those questions, then by all means, I can pretty much see you doing this for the long run, and you'll be happy with what you're doing. And this is just one example of the many breakfasts I've had. I mean, this is one of my bigger ones because I have more time. So this is 3 egg whites, about 138 grams with some spinach in there, put some salt and pepper. Got 3 strips of the uncured bacon, which I, of course, pan fried. And then I have a grilled cheese sandwich. This is like a 40-calorie bread. I put 2 slices of American cheese in there. And of course, my coffee. So as long as you're within your calorie range, you can pretty much have whatever you want. Could I have had regular bacon? Yeah, I probably could have, but I just want to make it easier for myself. And remember, when something is lower in fat, meaning a turkey bacon in comparison to pork bacon, you're having more protein. So with less calories, you're having more protein. I don't care if it has more fat. If it happens to have more fat with the same amount of protein, then I probably would have had that. But that's something to consider. So I am working from home today, and it's a completely different setting than when I'm at work. And which means that when I'm at work, of course I meal prep for work, and I have to be a little bit more flexible, obviously, if I'm going to be in different settings. So my food is usually in the fridge if I don't eat it because I have to work home, and then it's still in the fridge when I go back to work. And then I'll just eat whatever I have at home. So that's why you need to make sure that it's something that you can work around all the time, especially when you work from home or you're always changing your setting. Sometimes you have to improvise. So let's see what we got today. I just basically going with the flow. Now, I do share the fridge with my parents, meaning it's not all my food, but I'm not going to make egg whites now because I don't feel like it. But sometimes you gotta see, I always have things like just having yogurt in the fridge, having some berries, use the turkey for cold cuts, and basically just make a sandwich if it's something quick. And you know what, let's take it there. I also have a pizza that if I ever wanted one, I will have it, and I'll just put it in the oven. Which means that if you're happy with your diet and you can feel like you're having something that you normally wouldn't eat, like let's say a cheat meal like a pizza, like honestly, if you don't feel bad about it, you don't consider it a cheat meal, you're just eating a pizza and that's all it is, then you're in the right diet because you don't feel guilty. Your diet doesn't make you feel like you're breaking a law, and you're not. So if you are feeling that way, that's something to think about. Because in all honesty, there are people that go into an office and they have their food that they prepare that is so good for them, but then they go and look at everybody else's lunch and they're jealous. Like, why are you jealous? You know, you're just wondering, everyone's food smells so good and mine is just some bland whatever it is. I don't want to just badmouth salads as the only healthy food, because salads can be good, and there are some foods that try to be good and they're just not. Those are the foods that are bland. So if you're smart, you start to learn how to cook little by little or prepare foods correctly without having to cook, then yeah, any food can actually taste good. That includes vegetables, and that's something that I had to learn. And the more skilled you become in the kitchen, the easier it is for you to comply with your diet, and also allows you to be more flexible. And now I'm back at the office, and it's time to work with what I have prepared. Now, as far as preparation goes, we want to be prepared as much as possible, but we also want to be prepared for when we're not prepared, if that makes any sense. Basically, what that means is that if you don't have every single thing that you need, that you're packing with you, that you're cooking, that you're buying, whatever, you'd have to know how to react when you don't have that at your disposal, because you can't be dependent on the little things that you're planning every single day. there's going to be days like this. There's days where you have to maybe work somewhere else, or you're on a family vacation, or you're with family at a restaurant, and you can't just eat your food. You're not going to go to a restaurant with your meal plan Tupperware. That's just ridiculous. Most importantly, that when you are in those moments, just because you couldn't have your protein shake with you, or you couldn't have your meal that you meal prep because you're going to be with your family, is to enjoy those moments, enjoy the foods. Don't go to like a steakhouse and get a chicken breast with a salad, because you're going to be killing yourself. One, emotionally, and then in any other way I can't even put into words right now, because you're going to come out feeling bad about what you did, and you didn't even get to have the item in the menu that you wanted. So yeah, then that also takes away from the moment that you could have shared with your family. And this is part of your lifestyle. Your family is part of your lifestyle too. So you're combining your entire life, your meal plans, your family, you're going out, being flexible. All of that becomes one thing combined to make you as happy as possible. And that's the healthiest way to live life. And maybe knowing how to improvise on these things is something that you learn within time, and it does take experience. All we can do in the beginning is to just roll with it, accepting that we're not always going to be 100% compliant. And honestly, someone who's compliant to a diet that makes them eat salad all day for a week, or just maybe chickpeas or whatever it is that you are trying to do, it's limiting you from enjoying all the great foods that are out there. And yes, it's okay to think of food as amazing. Like if there are some people that are just saying, I only see it as a fuel, as a resource for energy. Fine, if that works for you, that's fine. But food is delicious. If you're not thinking of food, if you're trying to change your mentality about food, or you're trying to change your relationship with food, you're already on the wrong diet, because food is amazing. It's one of the best parts of life. I mean, I love cooking, like preparing food and seeing ingredients combined to make something incredible that you can share with your loved ones. It's not just eating and stuffing your face. There's an art to food. And if you see it that way, you get to enjoy it that way, and you get to share it with others. It just adds to the happiness that's already in your life if you truly care about yourself. The best thing you can do is just enjoy whatever you're doing, come back the next day inspired to continue, not to go 10 times harder because you had cheated a day or whatever the case is, because coming back the next day and the next and the next with a positive attitude, with happy with what you're doing and how you are doing things, is better than being 100% compliant today, because today is only one day. Tomorrow's another, and there's another tomorrow after that, and there's another one after that. So tomorrow is always going to be more important as far as having distant vision. And then also keep your days close with you as well. You know, make sure you're doing your best, and don't expect to do more than that, because your best is your best. And also you found a way to make your best something that makes you happy. So why would you want to do something more than that? You're adding more to your plate. You're gonna end up stressed trying to make yourself happy, when all you could have done is just whatever your gut is telling you at the moment. So that's the best advice I can give you on that. So that is all for today, guys, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. Honestly, it's really hard to find a diet at first that works for you, and in the year that it took me to get the results I wanted, I made many mistakes. So it's not like I found the right diet on the first try, the first day of the 365 days. It took me some time to really find out what I wanted to do. I had a couple of maybe 1 to 2 months in which I was just eating salad and salmon and just chicken breast, and I stayed away from rice and all the other things, thinking that was the right thing to do. Limiting myself was the wrong thing to do, and I'm never going to do it again. So with that in mind, that's all for today's video. Appreciate the support you've been giving me. Comments, you know where they go. Questions, you know where they go too. And I'll be making videos for you every Tuesday. So I appreciate also the support you're giving me on Facebook, on TikTok, and on Instagram. And I don't believe I need to tell you, but I always will. If you do more, you will be more.